Saturday, the clock is ticking, and our first flighters, our top 10, are due in less than half an hour. Actually, about 25 minutes. Many of them probably on their way. Some of them probably on their way right now. That's the way the leaderboard stands unofficially per Bass Track, and Bill Lowen pretty much where he started today, 8 pounds ahead of his nearest pursuer. His pursuer has changed to John Garrett instead of Jay Przekurat, but we have got the same look at the top, but a big bunch of shakeups all the way up and down the leaderboard. Let's look and see where some of those came from as we check out our Toyota Midday report. We'll start with the 10th year Bassmaster elite angler Brock Mosley.
Yeah, Brock Mosley having another good, solid tournament. He's had some tough tournaments here early on in his career, but he's been solid the last few years when we come here. This is the reason why. He is solid today and probably going to make our top 10 because he's about 5th place or so.
Yeah.
Credit to this.
Good. What did I just say?
I will say 6.5, 7 pounder, maybe closer to 7 pounds. Brock wouldn't tell us how much it weighed.
No, he wouldn't.
Maybe Dave Mercer talked him into. Don't give them away. They won't watch the weigh.
We don't want to take the suspense away. Back and started looking at one from close range there, and managed to get it to bite.
In the mouth.
Yep, the real big one, he just was punching a mat. That fish was on the bed, and he missed it a few times, and then ended up catching it. It was bigger than he thought it was.
Spent a lot of time with Shane LeHew today. Shane LeHew catching him fairly steadily through the days. No giants showing up for Shane, though, but boy, this size, he wore him out today.
No matter where Shane LeHew finishes, if he wins or finishes a 10th, it looks like he's going to definitely be fishing tomorrow, but he has had a solid tournament. Not to have caught a big fish. I don't think he's caught one, even 5 pounds, and it's hard to make the top 10 here on the St. Johns River without catching a single bass over 5 pounds, but it looks like Shane LeHew is going to do that. Catching most of his fish on a jerkbait, fishing these man-made canals, targeting fry garters. A lot of good solid fish. I'm still amazed we haven't seen Shane weigh in a fish over 4 pounds and some ounces.
Did take a change in tactics a little bit later on today and still couldn't get off that size, it seemed like.
Exactly. Got out on the main river, swimming a jig in these lily pads, and no help. Caught several fish that a lot of people would like to have in their live wells right now, and he released them. No help to Shane LeHew.
Jay Przekurat was our day 1 leader with almost 25 pounds on day number 1. Did most of that work out in the Salt Springs, but after day 1, that was over.
Yeah, after day 1, there's a lot of these for Jay Przekurat.
Yes.
He would end up by the end of the day calling most of these fish out, but yesterday was really his trying day. He went about 3 hours yesterday morning without catching a bass. This morning, a lot better start, numbers-wise, but a lot of small fish. I think he has culled all of those fish. That was his first cull of a very small bass, but he went into the man-made canals and was able to catch some fish very similar to Shane LeHew. Jerkbait, man-made canals. In fact, I don't think him and Shane were ever in the exact same canal at the same time, but I think maybe they were fishing the same canals at different times and probably, catching some of the same fish and hurting one another.
Yeah, dividing those fish. But hats off to him. I mean, his main deal played out early in this tournament, and he has done a lot of improvising since then, done a lot of different things, and he's patched together a good effort, has him near the top of the leaderboard.
Seems to do that a lot in the 4 years he's been out here.
Right.
He can improvise, patch it together, and so often makes the top 10. If you look at his career and the times he's been out here, whether it's a Bassmaster Classic or a Bassmaster Elite Series, he stays right up there in the conversation almost every event.
The veteran Bill Lowen in his 20th year with the Bassmaster Elite Series. He's got one win under his belt, and he is making a strong case that he may be well due for another one in this year of 2025.
Yeah, absolutely. Bill Lowen with 20 pounds on the first day, 24 and change yesterday. This morning, a better start, a quick limit like yesterday, but a little better size. But it's real important for Bill Lowen. He's talking about this, but we saw it yesterday and today. For that tide to start pulling out, that water level to start going down, these fish, for a lot of different reasons. We talked about this, Rick, probably the way he's able to present his bait. Also, those fish having to pull out because the water gets really shallow in the back of the cover. And then the third thing that certainly is an effect is it puts these fish in an ambush position because there's a lot of bait moving by, and it's basically the dinner bell rings when the tide starts falling on the tidal reservoirs.
Yes! One big bite changes the day, right?
Tidal waters, not reservoirs.
And it did. That one big bite did change the day. He was not smiling for the previous 2 hours. Big smiles after that one came in, and that was the story of Bill's day and the arc of his day, which was up and down and up.
But you know, he had a good morning start, and that'll be even better tomorrow.
Yes.
And that's what he can build on, and hope he gets some big fish tomorrow. And of course, that late bite's going to be real close to weigh in.
Yeah, let's hope he gets them early, because the next window that he thinks is very important for him will be real close to weigh in, and I'm sure his family doesn't want to have to sweat it out that long.
No, no.
A lot of the anglers on the move. John Cox out of the Ocklawaha River caught a 3.5 pounder to get up to 9th place. He's got 11 pounds on the day, no super bigs. And Robert G got is now within a half a pound of the top 10 weight. He just caught a 4.5 pounder. Seth Feider, he's 11th right now. He's only got 4 fish. A 12 ouncer would get him in. He's like 4 ounces behind Wes Logan.
Wow.
Knock Wes Logan out.
Interesting.
Even if John Cox is down 11 or 12 pounds in 9th or 10th place, he's not one that you want to have to beat on Championship Sunday on the St. Johns River. He's certainly capable of having a 30-pound stringer any day of the week.
His 8.13 on day one has not been overtaken for our Phoenix Boats Big Bass yet, but Bernie Schultz has got a 9.5 on Bass Track that could do the trick. That is still Bernie's only fish of the day. He was 5th, he's fallen to 21st.
So day 3 is unofficial, but looking at that top 10 and who could be the ones that's really have momentum going up. Corey Johnson, 15-7 day 1, 21-4 day 2, and unofficially 24-9 day 3 according to Bass Track, which usually means he's probably got 25 or 26. So
And Corey may have more time to fish today.
Yep.
Right, coming out of the top.
Yep. So he is definitely trending up.
Yeah, yeah.
Fishing the conditions, and we'll go over this.
That would be quite a story for the last year's winner to come up from out of the top 10 in the final, well, let's say day and a quarter of fishing, and challenge for the win here. That would make quite a story for sure.
Yeah, Garrett was from 38th, Corey from 37th.
So those two will be fishing a little longer today, Such, right?
Not much. 3:15 check-in for the second
3:15
flight.
for both of them? Okay,
Oh,
well. Seth, as Such told us, catch a small one.
Struggle of a day. Never really did figure anything out. Got a couple decent ones. I got 2 babies. I don't even have a limit right now. Got like 18 minutes left before check-in. Stopping here by takeoff, just literally trying to catch a keeper just to have 5. Hopefully we can get that done. I think this stuff's been a little beat up though today. But yeah, hopefully get one more nibble and catch a keeper and at least have 5. But didn't lose anything today. Caught everything that bit, just never really figured anything out. I guess I don't know if I ran out of fish or the cold finally got to them or what the deal was, but seems like the bites I did have seemed like they bit it pretty good. I don't know if it was the cold or fish were just leaving my areas or what the deal was, but never did really put it together today, and now we're hoping for a 12-incher with about 15 minutes left to go.
Certainly didn't see Seth Feider struggling to catch his 5th fish this late in the day coming in.
I did not see that either.
Hey, Bernie just caught his 2nd fish. It is a 12-ouncer. Sorry.
That has got to be the Mutt and Jeff catch of all time. If that holds up at, yeah, right? At the weigh-in.
Don't
I want
eat
to see
it.
that picture.
Separate live wells for sure. Hey, where'd that other fish go?
Closer and closer to the final cast of the day here. Weigh-in coming up at 3 o'clock. Don't forget about that. But we got some more fishing to show. We're going to be on here. We're going to see the last fish caught. I hope we see 3 or 4 more fish caught before this one's over. We're going to find out after these messages, so stick around.
Quick Cube.
Quick Cube.
The Quick Cube.
The quick cube.